Matters seem to be hotting up in the Middle East. It all seems to have started with the American attempts to remove Saddam Hussein, which destabilized Iraq. And the Sunni majority organized themselves into a resistance. That was about the time when the Arab Spring came to Syria. In Tunisia, during the Arab Spring, the dictator immediately resigned. In Egypt, Hosni Mubarak took about 2 weeks. In Libya, the struggle went on a little longer when Muammar Gaddafi tried to brazen it out. And in Syria, Assad had refused to give way to the rising resistance in his own country. He fought back. And that led the Iraq resistance to join them. And in due course, it formed the ISIS. Now, the ISIS wants to spread its wings through violence and very atrocious methods. The latest is about a week back in Paris, there has been terrorist attacks in 3 places simultaneously. And now, France has vowed to fight them. At about the same time, England, which has lost many lives in Egypt, Tunisia, as well as in Libya, have decided to fight the ISIS. About 10 days back, a Russian airliner was shot down over the Sinai. Some say it was a bomb inside, the others say it had been shot down. But the ISIS has claimed the responsibility, and therefore the Russians are out to take on the ISIS. Now, there are on the borders of Turkey and Syria a tribe called Turkmen. These Turkmen, around Latakia, where Russia has got its air base, these Turkmen are supporting Turkey. It is to attack them that Russia has been sending its planes. On the 24th, one of their planes, an Su-24, was shot down by Turkish F-16 aircrafts, which apparently were waiting in ambush on their way to strike the Turkmen. One aircraft is lost, the 2 pilots bailed down. One of the pilots has been reported to have been shot down while coming down in a parachute. The other pilot is in safe hands in Russia. Now, Russia is not in the mood to forgive Turkey for having shot down its aircraft. Ever since the 17th century, when the Mongols withdrew from the Middle East, Turkey and Russia, the 2 neighboring states, have been on a spree to enlarge their empire, and they have often come into conflict. The last time that they fought was in the First World War. In the Second World War, Turkey had decided to remain neutral. Now, once again, the old rivalry is coming up. And this may lead to escalation. But the lineup is very interesting. On the one hand, we have Russia, France, and UK. And on the other side, we have USA and Turkey, supported by USA with arms and ammunition. Of course, the common enemy is ISI, though Turkey has some kind of a soft corner for the ISIS. The future is likely to be interesting. And the statement from the Prime Minister of UK is very interesting. He has said that UK cannot afford to stay away from the forthcoming conflict. Our question is, what would be India's role in the forthcoming war? Can we afford to stay away? During the First World War and Second World War, when we were colonies of the British, we did take part. But as an independent country, now can India afford to stay away from the war that is likely to brew in the future? We will have to see. Very wise decision has to be taken about whether India should stay away from the ensuing conflict or should participate in it, and if it participate, under what condition and with what force, strength and aim. These are the points that has to be given serious thought about, and I'm sure the government will consider these issues and come to the correct decision.